Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Faust Talks, and this is Faust Talks about Warhammer 40,000. So, I've been playing the Escalation League over at my LGS. So, right now, I'll give you the battle report of last week. So, I had Monday off, that's the reason why I didn't do a recording, and Tuesday was I ended up staying late because a buddy at work, his mom is really sick and in the hospital, and he wanted to go check on her, you know, kind of like end of the life thing. So I covered him at work, and then I was there till at least midnight, and then went home, was tired, crashed. All right. So with the battle report, on Saturday, went to the LGS. I brought my Raven Wing and my guard so I could play. I brought the guard because there's one group of people, one guy who wanted to play against my guard, but we never were able to mesh up just because how slow everyone was, and it took forever. So I played 2 games that day. I used my Raven Wing because I was playing against a buddy who was playing 3rd edition. So played against him. I used Raven Wing, and the Raven Wing list was not well set up and properly set up to fight against against 3rd edition. It was just too many things were too fragile. I didn't have enough guys. It's just like, it fell apart. I just died. My list was not set up for 3rd edition. It's only set up for 9th. Okay, and the second game is a quick little 1,000-point game that a guy wanted to play because he heard like, oh yeah, heard that my Raven Wing at 9th was extremely powerful, and no one has even been able to even come close to beating it. So he wanted to try me, so I told him, dude, just make an overly powerful overly powered list, 1,000 points. So he brought a Lord of War, that whatever it's called, the Silent King dude, and then like some warriors and stuff like that. Turn two, yeah, he took out a few of my riders, but with an apothecary, I was able to bring it out. Turn 2 on my side, took down his Lord of War, and then he's like, all right, after that, I give up. Yeah, I'm just playing Raven Wing a little bit just because it's fun, but I'm still going to bring my Raven Wing to this to the game coming up for the 2,000 points for the Escalation League, but I am not going to really be focusing on playing it. I have my guard list all set up and everything, so I'm definitely going to be playing my guard because I don't want to just waffle stomp everyone. So my guard list, this is how it's going. I got 2 company commanders. One is my warlord. One is just a normal company commander. They have power swords and bolters on them. I have a tank commander, which is, yeah, battle cannon, the gatekeeper. They're all Cadians. So the gatekeeper, it has plasma cannons on the side, las gun, storm bolter. Actually, I think I took the storm bolter off, but and then I got a Inquisitor with the Malleus changing. Pretty much they have he has a power sword that can become the Tainted Blade, or can become the Blade of the Ordo. Storm bolter, Psyker, main psychic powers dominate, just so I can take whoever I want and then make them attack or do whatever I want to do. And then for my troops, I have 6 infantry squads. They all have a sergeant with a plasma pistol, power sword, a special weapon that is a plasma gun, and then I originally had it where my heavy weapon is a rocket launcher. I switched it over. I was talking with somebody and they're saying is like there's really not much of a need to have it as a plasma or a rocket launcher, because you're already going to have enough of your guys. You already have enough of your guys shooting at close range, so you really don't need the rocket to be the flak. And plus and by just having that flak option, the frag option, is it takes away 1 strength and 1 AP. And it's like, and then most of the time is if you're going to use a rocket, you're going to use crack, just so you can deal that extra damage. And then the guy, I understood where he was getting at, so I changed all my special weapons to las guns or las cannons. So it goes down as sergeant, plasma pistol, power sword, special weapon is a plasma gun, and then the heavy weapon team is the las cannon. So I got 6 of those guard squads. I have 3 astropaths, one with, what's that called again? So one that has well, they all have the little staff for their melee, but they're not really going in melee. Okay, so one has like the psychic barrier, the other one has a night shroud for -1 to hit, and then the last one has a psychic maelstrom, just so I can do a nice little smack with that psychic powers if it needs me. So 2 of them are buffing, 1 is attacking. So those are my elites. My heavy weapons, or my heavy support, is I have 2 basilisks with heavy flamers on it, and that's it. 1 basilisk has that well stock or that full payload, whichever one of the abilities that gives you is like, hey, you shoot at your maximum hit every time. So I got that one. And then I have 4 Lehman Russes, just basic Lehman Russes with battle cannons. I was talking to some, battle cannons and heavy bolters on them. I was talking with somebody, and they're saying is, hey, it's good to bring the demolisher cannons. And I'm like, you know what? The demolisher cannons are good, no doubt about that. 3 AP, D6 damage per hit. Great things. But how I usually use my gun line is I usually have my cannon line in the back. So they're going to be in the far back shooting. Yeah, so I'm having them in the far back shooting. 4 Lehman Russes doing that. With the tank commander in the back to give them some orders. Because I gave them the abilities that where they have 1 extra command. So they can give multiple commands out. And it's like, you know what? I'm not going to use the demolisher cannon. Because yes, it's very strong, it's good, but it's not better than the battle cannon. Because it's 24-inch range, so it's kind of short. Battle cannon has 72 range. So the battle cannon and demolisher cannon, they both have their different roles. And my Lehman Russ, I'm just going to have them in the back shooting. So the battle cannon is going to be more of a useful and more of a support for me than the other. I don't know why this person is being an idiot. Oh, some dumbasses. Dumbasses in a car, not from Colorado. Need to learn to just go with the speed of traffic. But alrighty then. So, and then for my dedicated trans, I have no flyers, but I have 2 dedicated transports that are 2 chimeras with heavy bolters, with 2 heavy bolters on them. Because those guys, they're literally just going to be moving up and shooting. I'm actually thinking about changing the haul weapon from a heavy bolter to a flamer, to a heavy flamer. And probably the top one to a heavy flamer also, because they're the same amount of points. Just going around and burning everything. Because the heavy bolter is good, but the heavy flamer makes it a little bit more scarier because the auto hitting on it, and that does scare a lot of people. And it does around the same damage as a heavy bolter, so it can wound vehicles at the same thing because they're like the same stats. Just one has a shorter range. One's like 18 inches, the other one is 36 inches. And the heavy bolter is hell, dude. I'm just bringing, they have more attack, or the heavy flamers, they have more attacks. And it's a lot scarier to infantry. Because, yeah, those things are my distractions. Oh, yeah, and I also have 3 sentinels with rocket launchers on them. Just so they can do multiple things, because it's not like the guard squad that I'm going to be shooting. I'm going to just be like where I have extra infantry to do the shots. And then so I can focus on having the las cannon. That one I'm making a little bit more utility and more of a distraction. So they're going to be 4 armored up, or 3 armored up sentinels with 2 chimeras that are going up, and they're the distraction while I have the guys in back shooting them. But the great thing about doing it like that is that if they're the distractions, and then I have a guard squad in each chimera, and they don't focus on the distractions, they just move to attack my tanks, try to do that. Well, guess what, dude? I have 2 tanks, or I have 2 like APCs with guard squads in it, and 3 sentinels with rocket launchers in their back line. So if you're not going to be focusing on my distraction can actually do some decent damage. Yeah, my real heavy hitters are the tanks that are going to be doing fire, and the chimeras that are going to be just shooting from long distances. All that stuff, just shooting long distances. And just the way that how this whole is being set up is it's going to, the 2,000 points is going to be 4 games going on at the same time on a table that is 4x6. So having a gun that can shoot 6 inches away is going to be very powerful. Or not 6 inches away, 6 feet away. That's going to be very powerful. I can smack somebody on the other side with 4 guns, with 4 cannons that can do that. And then on top of it is that I do have two artillery guns that can attack literally anywhere on the field with no line of sight, with no minus to it. Yeah, and then having all that it's looking good right now. I have some good feelings about this list, and how I'm running it is like, okay, I have some good feelings, I have some good things going on. I think I may win, or at least be able to do some heavy damage, because with the guard, their new Hammer of the Emperor special ability, where they're able to like whenever they hit on a 6, it's an auto wound with all guard weaponry. Everything that is guard, they can do that. So I like that. I am really liking that ability, because think about it, dude. Infantry squad, you're probably doing 40 attacks per infantry squad right there. That's several 6s. So you don't even have to worry about wounding on that. Las guns will auto wound. So yay. And there's a chance that the las cannon will auto wound. So I don't have to roll for that. And then with the tanks, The tanks are hitting pretty hard. I really don't have, is that each one is going to be doing 12 hits, or up to 12 hits, I mean. Unless I want to pay the command point where they shoot, or 2 command points where a tank shoots with everything, which I'm probably going to do on the commander, like the tank commander each time. Yeah, so even without a codex, is that the guard is still hitting pretty darn hard, dude. Still hitting hard, still smacking stuff. They still can be deadly, is if you focus on them. And if you play it right and play it smart. Because too many guard players, I've been noticing, they've just been playing, they've been focusing, because over at the LGS, there's like 4 new guard players. And I've been telling them how they should be popping up their list. There's one guy who really isn't listening, thinks he knows what he's doing, but he's been losing every game. I've been telling him, like, guy, you need more infantry, you're focusing too much on your vehicles, because he can't capture points and all he's doing is shooting with the tanks. And everybody's found out is like, oh, I take out his 3 tanks, he can't do shit. So everybody's been carrying some deep strikers with some meltas or like power fists or something to take out tanks, and they drop them all and just wipe out his tanks, and he's been losing a lot because of that. The other guard player, he's a newer kid, well, a young kid too. He's been getting more infantry. He's been listening to what I say, but much as he can with his funds. And he's actually listening to me because I've been playing my guard and I've been tearing people up, and he's been listening to me because I'm the veteran guard player there. And then there's a new guy, like really new guy, that just recently like got several tanks, several chimeras, a Bane blade, and then I was talking with him, giving him some tips, and then he decided to buy like 5 more guard squads because he only had like 2. And I told him, it's like, dude, literally this list that you have here, you can play it as is. You'll have your 2,000 points. And he's been listening to me, been building up the guards, putting the guards in like his 3 chimeras, pushing them out, and played a few games. And he's listening to what I'm saying and actually playing it well. I'm like, hey, the reason why you've been able to win compared to this other guy, guy 1 is, I think, more of a painter than a player. Because he's been getting his butt kicked, and he's not listening to what I'm saying, even though that I'm the veteran guard player. Guy 2, the young kid, or kid 1 is listening to me, and he's actually been able to win some games. Guy 2 is listening to me and building out his army the way I'm telling him how to build it. He's actually winning because the last 2 people are listening to me, and because how we're playing these lists, we have a whole bunch of objectives, whole bunch of places that you have to grab points so you can gain stuff. So with that, he's been listening to me. Both of them been listening to me. And since the way that this escalation league is going is that we have a whole bunch of objectives that people are usually winning by points. Excuse me. And people are winning by points as they're playing. And then like the people who aren't literally bringing up things that where they can capture points, they're losing. They're losing pretty hard. But alrighty then, guys. I'm going to go. I'm at the store. I need to pick up some food because my fridge is kind of empty and I've been kind of lazy on getting new stuff. But alright then, guys. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe. Share this video. And remember, most importantly of all, always love the kill out. You all take care now.